the rush. Our next guest has an absolutely fascinating job. He is the world's #1 trend forecaster.
Yeah, he's a voracious reader and consumer of knowledge. Gerald Celente joining us, founder of the TrendsResearchInstitute. He's in our hometown of Vancouver doing a presentation here, but what a pleasure to speak with you.
Well, thank you for having me. I'm great.
So first of all, let's talk about what you do. What is a trend forecaster?
Current events form future trends. I just watch what's going on in the world. We're all doing in life what we're doing because of decisions we made. The same thing happens whether it's locally, personally, regionally, nationally, geopolitically, but no one's assessing the implications.
Yeah.
So what we do is we look at what's going on, we watch the changes in life and see where things are going to head.
And are you drawing on history for all these things as well, or are you just trying to look at current affairs? Because it seems like there are echoes throughout human history, right?
Our process is the understanding of where we are, really the knowledge of where we are today, how we got here, and then you can see where we're going. So, for example, if you look back over the 2008 financial crisis, you see how we got here. You know, and then if you really want to look around what's going on, you can see where we are. But how do you get to see where we are?
Yeah.
Because if you're going to listen to the politicians, you're just getting jive talk, so you're not getting it from that.
Right.
And then if you're going to pick up most of the corporate media, particularly the newspapers, you're only going to hear the spin coming from each side. So I'm a political atheist. I don't believe in anybody's political religion. You know, knock yourself out.
Yeah,
that's what you believe in.
They're all
Good
full
for
of it.
you,
It's all right.
And I don't bow to political gods.
So you must consume this 24/7. Let's talk about last night and the debates. Everybody's talking about that today. How do you watch a debate like that?
Again, I have to. I have to watch this stuff. It's painful. You know, they say that politics is show business for ugly people. Boy, shoot. I mean, it was right there for everybody to see. I mean, check it out, man. You know who these people are? These are the same people you couldn't stand in high school and college that wanted to be class president and head of the student council. You cannot make this up. Paul Ryan was voted by his high school schoolmates, who are a lot wiser than the people that believe in him now, as Brown Noser of the Year. I'm not making that up.
Is that really
I
true?
swear to God.
That is hilarious.
I know. He was also prom king and class president. That's all these guys are. I was the assistant to the Secretary of the New York State Senate. I had a track record in government. It was my worst job I ever had. You'd watch grown men grovel all day long to suck their way up to the top. These are the politicians, and people keep following them.
So, as a trend forecaster, I mean, obviously you wouldn't be involved in whether it's good or bad, the future, right? It is what it's going to be. But it must give you a certain dark outlook to see that there's a continuation of theme in power positions in our political process.
The top story in the new TrendsJournal just came out. I call it my column, Einstein's theory of relative insanity. Einstein used to say that insanity is repeating the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result. What is it in the human psyche that they see the same people, and this really gets me, the same guys and women that destroy it now say, I got the plan to fix it.
I can do this.
Yeah, oh yeah, we're going to do it this time. You know, it's insanity, and people keep buying into it. The systems have failed. They're proven failures. Everything they touch. I'll just talk about the states.
Yeah.
You want to start a war? Let's start a couple of wars. Let's do one in Afghanistan. I got it. Let's go into Iraq.
Yeah.
Hey, how about a humanitarian mission in Libya? Humanitarian mission, you know, bombs away. And then you see the failures. And then they go through all this charade. You know, oh, what happened? How come? What happened? You're in somebody's country. You just killed tens of thousands of people, and they hate you. Could you get that in your head?
So sometimes being a trends forecaster isn't that complicated. I mean,
it's simple.
The decisions
you really hit on it. You go to a doctor. You get a diagnosis. All you want is the best diagnosis. You don't care what religion. You don't care what his family is like, or her family. I only give the diagnosis, but people have it, they're attached to this with an ideology. I'm a Republican, I'm a Democrat, I'm a nothing. I just want to see the facts and how they're going to add up and play out. And people won't do it. They're locked into their ideology.
So politics, finance, you obviously cover those trends. What other kinds of trends do you?
Environmental, consumer, business. I coined the term clean food in 1993.
Yeah.
In 1990s, in my book Trend Tracking, I wrote about gourmet coffees being big.
You're right on that one.
Yeah.
Welcome to Vancouver.
Yeah.
Is there one that stands out as being the most challenging, or an area that trends forecasters struggle with?
Yeah, the most challenging one I had, you go to my website, TrendsJournal.com, and go to the forecast page, and you'll see a story from USA Today, December 14th, 2000, just before, 8 months before 9/11. The headline read, 2001 won't be our year, TrendsSeer says. And I warned that a wave of anti-Americanism would sweep the globe, and Americans wouldn't be safe at home or abroad. That was the worst forecast I could have ever made.
Why?
Because then they started calling me up after 9/11 and say, why did it happen? So what do you mean, why did it happen? I wrote that. This came from my book, Trends 2000. I wrote in '96. I coined the words Crusades 2000, said Americans will wake up in the new millennium and there'll be terrorism will be rampant, and it's starting to happen. I said, I've been right. Well, why did it happen? I said, because of our foreign policy.
Yeah.
No. They hate our freedom and liberty, little boys and girls. And then you get a guy like that Giuliani, the rest of them, who say, how dare you say it was our foreign policy? They hate our freedom and liberty. Oh, yeah, they care if you go to Walmart to play at Disneyland. It couldn't be because you're occupying their countries and propping dictators up and stealing everything from them. No, no, hey, take it easy.
So, Gerald, are you an optimist or a pessimist? I mean,
I'm another, again, I only give the diagnosis. My optimism is that the future resides in the human spirit.
Yeah.
And that's why I enjoy so much coming to the SEED events, because that's what it's about.
Right.
Yeah.
It's about the individual rising to higher levels, everybody finding it within themselves, the unique gifts that we all have, so that when you have those, then you look at what's going on and you don't accept it, and you demand better.
So as a trends forecaster, is that something that you would put on a possible path of human history, that at some point people will have that realization that we have to do this?
Exactly, and that's what this new Trends Journal is about. But hey, being Italian, check this one out. Try the Renaissance.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
The Black Plague.
Yeah.
And the Renaissance followed. We could have a renaissance, a return to quality, a return to dignity, a return to courage, a return to passion, belief, and integrity. We don't have to keep living in this big lie that I call right now in front of everybody's eyes. If anybody wants to see it, tune in to the presidential reality show. Half,
on now.
Yeah, half NFL halftime football and a megachurch revival. Who could believe this stuff?
Yeah.
And if you want to hear more from Gerald, he will be a headline speaker at the Vancouver SEED event. That's happening Saturday, October 13th at the PNE Forum. And for more info, you can visit their website, seedevent.org.
We're going to take a break. And when we come back, nutrition and longevity expert David Wolf talking about improving your life now and into a very, very long and healthy future. We'll be right back.